Look at this beautiful tree. Looks so unreal. It's red. Fall is so beautiful in Toronto. One of the seasons that I love, no matter where I am, is fall. I just felt such a calling to record this, to come on live here and talk about relationships and breakups and separation. It's such an important realization that I had a while ago, and I was thinking about it again today. By the way, that's the beauty of solitude and taking some time off, really not just a few hours here and there, just days and days and weeks and weeks being with yourself. And don't call it being alone or lonely, call it solitude. Choosing solitude because it makes you think so much more deeply and you come with so many amazing realizations. So, one of the things that I realized is that nothing is random in this universe, by the way. Everything happens for a reason. It's nothing is superficial. There are layers and layers of things. Whenever you meet someone as a friend, as a lover, as your partner, as your wife or husband, there is a reason why these two souls need to meet and be in each other's energy and life. Everything happens on a soul level. So I want you to really understand this. It is not that you just see someone, meet someone, and you like their physique, you like their body, or you're attracted and you fall in love and sex is great. It's nothing like that. It's that your soul is supposed to meet that soul. When two people meet, when they start a relationship, there is something there for these two souls. There are lessons to be learned. There are things to go through, or there are karmas from past life and even from this life. Karma is such an important thing. This whole universe is based on laws. One of the laws is the law of cause and effect. Law of cause and effect is the same as karma. You get back what you give out energetically, physically, in action, in your thoughts. If you do bad to people, you're going to receive some negative things in your life. Not necessarily from the same person, from different people, different things. And if you do good stuff, you're going to get good things back. So when I'm talking about relationships here and why relationships end and what you need to do when relationships end. When a relationship ends, it means those two souls have learned their lessons, they have gone through what they needed to go through, or they have not learned their lessons and it's time to go separate ways, to go through school of life in different directions. They have to continue the journey separately now. It's time for them to leave. Why their relationship doesn't work? It is not because you fell out of love. It is not because the other person cheated. These are secondary causes. The main cause why two people are not together and decide to go separate ways, or just one of them decide to go separate ways, is because these two souls are done being together. There is nothing more for them to learn, to gain. There's nothing more for these two souls. And the souls decide to go separate ways. And then things happen on a physical level. Someone cheats, someone fall out of love, different reasons. But the main reason is that that's really important to understand. These two souls are done. And what people do when people get back together, or if you're, oh, the weather is so nice. If you are separated, you're divorced, or you miss your ex, obviously it's normal to miss them. But you just have to realize that your souls, these two souls are done, and you have to focus going forward in your new direction. You've learned your lessons, you've been together for the time that you needed, your soul needed to be together, and it's time to move forward. And if you decide to go back, if you decide to make things happen, and that comes from your ego, that comes from you being used to the other person, you wanting to go back because you're human on a human level. It's not a soul thing. On a human level, you're not in your comfort zone anymore. Your comfort zone was the person you were used to, your ex. You want to get back to your comfort zone. It is uncomfortable. It is scary. It is not easy. It is unstable. You don't know where you're going. You don't know if you're going to find another person. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Are you going to ever find anyone that you're going to love again? It's uncertain. So your human doesn't want uncertainty and wants to get back to your ex. Or financially, you're stressed and it was easier with your ex, and that's why you want to go back to your ex. Or kids. I understand how divorce can be hard on kids, but believe me, I talk to people as a coach all the time, so many times, majority of time. I'm not going to give it a percentage, but the majority of time, when people say, I can't leave him or her, and I'm miserable, and there is no love, and there's nothing left, but it's just because of kids, I call it BS. It's because you're scared and you're making an excuse. The kids are not happy. Your kids are not happy being in a relationship that is miserable and there is no love and connection and harmony. And kids understand everything perfectly. They might not articulate it with you, but they understand. They understand that you guys are not in love. And that's what you want to teach your kids. Be in a relationship that is loveless, passionless. No, so that's excuse. People stay together out of scarcity, out of fear, fear of being alone, fear of not finding another partner, fear of finances. So when you do that, when you get back to your ex, you do such a disservice to your soul, because your soul is saying, I'm done and it's time to move forward. You just have to give yourself some time to go through this hard phase, but you don't do that and you get back to your ex. That's such a disservice to your soul evolvement, to your soul journey. And correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I have never seen anyone get back together with their ex, be happy. Or if they exist, it's probably like 1%. Majority of people, at least anyone that I know, anyone that I heard of from relatives, friends of friends, anyone who got back together, they're even more miserable than before. Most of the time, they get divorced again for a second time. And sometimes they stay together miserable for the rest of their life. Why? Because they couldn't handle some period of time, a phase, being alone, being uncertain. It's okay to be uncertain. It's okay to be alone for a while. It's okay not to have a clear path forward. It's okay. You will have clarity. Things are going to move and change and shift eventually. Trust your path. Trust your soul journey. Trust your inner knowing. Trust your intuition. Don't go back because of scarcity. Most of the time, I'm not saying always, but I can confidently say most of the time, 99% of the time, if things didn't work with your partner and you're separated, it's because your souls have done their journey together and it's time to move on. So don't go back out of scarcity. Stay strong. These too shall pass.